Aloha, Hugh O'Reilly with Maui Resort Realty, and we are officially 2022. So this is January in Maui. It's about 80 degrees today. It's the final round of the Century Golf Tournament up at Kapalua. So there's lots going on, and we're starting the year with a bit of a bang. Today's focus is going to be on what prevents a home from selling, and it's not quite as obvious. I think the first one that's really important is, and people probably don't pay enough attention to, and I take myself a little bit in that category, is that staging really makes a big difference. The more experience I get, the more I recognize that. We get comfortable in our homes and how we decorate it, but the reality is you need to try and make the home very appealing, there's kind of a fine balance between making it really pop, but not overwhelming it with your personality. So, for a small fee and maybe the cost of some stuff, to have someone come in with fresh eyes who really has a professional view to help with that can really add value to your property, help it sell quickly, and maybe add it and sell it for more money than it would. The next one, pricing, is really interesting. We're seeing a little bit of both. I'm seeing people purposely overprice and they're out looking to try and hope an offer will come in, and there's people who are actually underpricing with the idea that they might get competitive bids. And there's a bit of a strategy. I think probably being a little under is maybe a preferred, because if you don't get the people to walk to the doors and look at the property, it's hard for them to fall in love and consider a price maybe over what's being asked. So I'm sort of fall on that side of it. Layout and configuration of a home is obviously pretty personal, because you're really trying to attract lifestyle that you're using. So if I'm a single family home, generally we're looking at people here more long-term than someone who's maybe seasonal. They're looking, maybe the community is actually more important so that they can make friends and they'll work with the unit that they've got. Then there's obviously the properties that are about money and income and rental. And again, they have their own set of criteria. So it really depends on which track you're following is how I help you sort of look at where you're going to be positioned, and we're going to set our marketing accordingly to who we think it is we're going to go after. And the last one, which is always another big question, is I have an older unit. Should I be remodeling it? Will that help me? And that's, to me, I call that the convertible hardtop discussion. People like it both ways. I think if someone is living on the mainland and they don't have a lot of experience, then a remodeled home is very attractive, because it takes a lot of that worry. How would I manage it from afar? How does it keep it under control? And there's other people who are I've done 5 homes, I'm really comfortable with this, I know what I'm looking for, and I can create the value myself. I know where and how to spend the money to make the home what I want. And if I go to sell it, I think this is where I'm going to get the biggest bang for my buck. So again, like everything else, there's a discussion to be had when you get involved in selling a property and going through those with your agent. And I have lots of experience in the sense that we'll really try and figure out what lane you're going to fall in, who your customer is that's going to buy it, and how we can position you in the best possible way. All right, well, that's it for the first of 2022. All the best, stay safe. I'm planning a trip away in a few days to Europe to go skiing, and if things go well, I'll get there and come back, and we'll talk to you next month. Aloha.